Hey, sorry that took a little while. Just getting ready, getting set up, and then Dr. Wife brought me food. So, hi, how are you guys doing this evening? It's Friday night, which means Dr. Wife and I are both home being shut-ins. 'Cause that's what we like. Excuse me. I don't really have anything new. Aside from that fish tank is still crashing. We lost more tetras. I mean, we lost a guppy today. I think it's. I think we might be down to one tetra. Real sad. I really like those guys. They're fun to watch. But they're actually probably near their end of their lifespan, anyways, which is sad. More colors. All right, so let's check out the desk. All right, how far out can I? Oh, I can actually put this farther out. I wouldn't try. All right, there's like a stand on top of it. Can I use it as a counterweight? Not great. If it falls, it'll be fine. That means I can hold the minis at least this far out. Cool. All right. So I've got today. All right, we've got some Warg proxies and some Uruk Captain proxies. And these guys, I cannot for the life of me find the models again and tell you who made them and where I got them, and I kind of regret that for the Uruks. The Wargs I got off of Thingiverse, and they were by. It's not. There's like an extra syllable in it, so it's not Guerra. Guerrere? 4DE. That's where I got these Wargs from. Pretty sure they were free. A lot of the stuff on Thingiverse is free, so. But I'm going to paint the Uruks first. Let's start working through the Wargs. And the reason I have a lot of these guys is just because, for variety in my army. I've got 200 something Uruk. I need a handful of captains, and they only come in so many poses. Let's have a sandwich, so bear with me while I eat this. No worries. Alright, anyway, let's start with the Uruk captains, and I'm going to do a little bit of their bases. I can't finish it because I need time to dry, but the way I do their bases is to make, for the warrior Uruk-hai, not the scouts. For the warriors, I make them look like a muddy field, like outside of Helm's Deep. But let's get started on the Uruks. Let me grab a thicker dry brush. 1/8 deerfoot. That's usually that work. Does like holding this work as like a decent spot to show like the breast shape or anything in view? Maybe, possibly. Anyways, I'm gonna start with that. I'm gonna need a napkin. I'll be right back. Let me grab something to let me grab a paper towel. It's me. Alright, I just need to be able to keep the brush dry enough to dry brush with. Take a little of the dry paint off the... And I've just instead got it on my fingers. Alright. So let's get just a little bit on the brush, a little bit on the napkin. Alright, so swiping up on the chainmail, the chest armor. Now, one thing, curious thing about this model is that it looks like to make the arm, it just kind of rotated the other arm. So it looks kind of like his pauldron is in his armpit. It's not like it's an Uruk dress shirt underneath there, but the sleeve looks oddly solid. Like if it was a chunk of armor. Let's get the boots. Uruk boots. Another boot and sword. I've painted so many Uruk. Like I said, 200 plus. Some of them I painted twice because they were my childhood ones and I redid their paint jobs. And they needed it. They got this loincloth in the back. But it isn't really, like it's supposed to be more the chainmail, but it isn't really, like, textured. So I don't know if I'm going to do it as just, like, leather for this guy. What? Finish up with the sword. A bit more in his helmet. Alright, that guy's dry brush looks good. Let's get this next guy. Same model, same issues. Weird armpit. That's one drop. It's cramping. My left hand, my paintbrush hand, I've had little like tremors in it today. So I don't know how long I'll be able to paint. It's really jittery and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do any detailed painting. Which is fine for these guys. They're rough. I think the most detailed I have to do is their teeth. But the and the wargs too, they're both pretty rough. They're both rough paint job kind of critters. Little sloppy, messy guys. Gotta finish his boots. What? Okay, I also had blood drawn out of that arm today. My right arm. So neither of my arms are doing great right now. That's kind of okay. Two drops. That wasn't a big drop though. All right. Oh, that was lead belcher I used. Prime to black. Use lead belcher. Brush up. Take another bite of my sandwich. Right. Doombull Brown. Ooh, really crusty. Yeah, this is a bottle I've opened a lot. I picked some more of these bits off. Because this has been my main source for like the Uruk flesh. So there's a decent chunk caked up in the top there. Well, still looks like it'll seal plenty fine. There. Put my elbow in my sandwich. I hear my mother-in-law downstairs. Arguing with my wife. She's got OCD, and it's frustrating. No, you don't have to clean the garbage before we put it in the can. Alright, let's get a little bit of this off the brush. It's actually going a little thicker than planned, but acceptable. I immediately got it on his boot instead of his leg. I got on his loincloth instead. You know what? I'm going to go with the loincloth for that. I'll just paint it like leather. Wait. Alright. Actually, this paint still might need a little bit of water. Oh boy. My hands are not great this evening. I was kind of debating whether or not I should paint if they're going to be like this, or if I should just like, relax for the evening. But I want to make content. I want to be able to do stuff and build up a library of videos. So I'll do what I can tonight. Three drops. Up around his hips. Alright, inner thighs are good. This model I don't think I have to do his boots. Like the back of the boots. Which is okay. They aren't the most detailed models, but they're decently screen accurate looking. They at least match my other, because I've got some other proxies I've used that are close but different enough that they kind of stand out instead of instead of adding to more poses of the same guys, it's really more like they create more contrast of guys who stand out in the army. There's little chin. Angry little chin. Man, there's like no actual skin on these guys. It's like a little under the helmet, but like, well, that's chest plate, and a lot of that I think I'm gonna have to redo. With the lead belcher. Yeah. Alright. That's one guy's flesh. It's not much. It's like his chin, his ears, one of his elbows, and both of his thighs. Let's get this guy's neck and chin. That went a little better than the last one. Inside the helmet ear, that one went worse. It's really... So you don't have any muscles in your fingers, aside from like this one that moves your thumb. Your hands are just puppets for your forearms. That's where all the finger movement comes from. I think I fell asleep on my arm last night. So it's like mild nerve damage, mild like muscle and nerve exhaustion from not getting enough oxygen into it. Or something. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm an alchemist. Need me to purify some metals? Sure. Need me to tell you what's wrong with you medically? Nope. Paint's thickened up a little already. It was already pretty thick in the pot, even though I had a decent amount of water to it, it was still pretty thick, but... Holy shit, I just realized I can drink again. Nice. I'm done with my medicine. I can get drunk again. Fuck yeah. Just what I needed. A little bit on the top of his thigh there. A little more on his elbow. Alright, now I'm going to look at this guy again now that I'm a little more critical and aware of what I'm doing. Alright, I think that's a decent amount of Doom Bowl. But since I've got some more of it mixed up already, let's go into the Wargs. I'm just going to spread it on real rough and loose. One of the guys I play against has got some really nice wargs. Got a lot more like realistic animal patterns on them. I think I'll do this one's like a light creamish belly. Because most of mine are like, I think brown. I think I've got a couple gray ones. I don't remember. I don't remember a lot of things. Thank you, ADHD. Four drops. Just hold it by its head. I've heard the Wolves of Isengard Legendary Legion is decent. Very competitive. Oh, okay. So the other day, our TO was out sick, so he wasn't able to organize the last Battle Company match. So instead, me and some of the other guys, we played Chaos and Ardor rules, which I guess was made by one of the guys in the DC Hobbit League. We did 1,000 points each, and we weren't able to finish, but I got to try out some actual like tabletop tactics instead of like character rules, actual like infantry formations that work. They work pretty well. Managed to cripple a cavalry charge. My elves didn't do great against the Army of the Dead, though. That was kind of a nobody's wounding anybody. As long as my heroes roll a 6, or they'll be fine. And then they just, I think it was like between like 30 dice, I didn't get a single 6. That was like out of might. Let's go. Okay, there's a 5. There's a 2. Get his paws. You forgot your paws, buddy. I want to darken his back a little, so it's kind of around the middle, just to forgot this leg. Darken, or not darken. Make the color thicker here on the middle, because he's gonna have like lighter colors, other spots on him, and darker up top. So that's about all the paint there I had. It's so hard getting the paint out of the brushes, especially the thick ones. I didn't check my mic. Mic is good? Yeah, mic is good. Okay. It just now occurred to me, like, hey, what if I never set that up properly and I'm just mumbling to myself and you can't hear anything? Just a little isopropanol. Secret amount of acetone. Not really, just whatever was left in it. Alright, so the Uruks don't really have... Yeah, let me touch up that lead belcher on their ears. These models don't really have any strappy bits. They've got like that 1, 2, like... There's a couple. I think I'll do their gloves later. The lighter leather. That way that just has a little bit that stands out more on them. His ear's good. His ear, I botched it. I put the silver on his ear. That's okay. It's dirty Uruk. No one will notice. Sandwich. Just a tiny bit of morphing because we only have a little bit of straps. Smaller brush though. I really love the way VTube Studio bounces my head all over the place. That's when it does pick up my head. Sometimes it doesn't pick it up at all. It's like shoves my head down into my neck. Get off. Blip. A little paint. Yeah. That part is accurate. VTube Studio is my head twisting a lot, actually, because I do crack my neck a lot. Right. Get it wet and point it. Alright, so there's a little leather piece holding up his cod piece. I think that's supposed to be the strap there for his armor. It does really look like he's wearing a shirt underneath this. Oops. Kind of tell what's a strap and what's not. Like parts of this looks like chainmail, and then other parts looks like a shirt sleeve, and then there's like a slightly thicker spot that looks like it could be a strap. Oh, it's the AC coming on. Now that I'm like expecting my fish tank to fail again, I keep hearing things that sound like the motor and the filter going nuts. Oh, it's such a devastating loss for my aquariums too. My poor fish. Alright, let's get some of the glove. This model looks like it's got leather wraps around the sword handle, as well as a single chunk of plate metal on the back of the glove. which isn't too far off from the Uruk model, the Games Workshop one. Let's see. Oops. Aha, I caught it that time. Kind of hoping a lot of the wash is going to handle the not so detailed detail on this guy. This guy's other glove. 5 drops. Awkward thumb in there. Shite. No, it's okay. Oops. I keep resting my arm on my napkin here. I keep dragging it with me as I slide my arm around. His fingers. Alright, that's almost good. Alright, that guy's good. Let's get back to this guy and do his gloves. Having a little trouble holding my finger steady. I would not be painting elves right now. Whew. Right. A little bit there on his glove. Alright, his piece of plate mail on his glove is fine. I missed it on the other guy. Let me get just a little bit more on that guy's glove. Oh, and apparently I missed his entire sword too. I don't know how I fucked that up, but did I miss an entire sword? How's his sword looking? His is fine. Right, I had some black around here. Corvus. Just a little bit of their hair in the back. Not going to bother diluting anything. Excuse me. Right up next to the helmet. Cover any of the silver bits. Any of the dry brushing it got. One guy's hair. I think that leaves them good for a wash. Yeah. Alright. Here's my wash brush. Got two wash brushes. One is just like huge. And it's great for putting the wash on any bases I need to do. Sandwich. I waxed earth shade for the orc flesh and leather. This will usually go on thick enough to give decent definition to muscles. I got seeds in my teeth for my sandwich. Ooh, that was loud. One second, I got somebody asking Mercury safety questions. Like, they don't die. Okay, gotta make sure people don't kill themselves. Probably safe if I dilute this thing, right? Like, no. Can I mix these two together? No. What about if I do this? No. Stop touching poisonous things, people. It's my job to make sure you guys don't get poisoned. It is actually my job. Like, my day job. Kinda. Tangentially related. The wild thing about my job, about my day job, is I have, like, authority over people. Despite being, like, well below them on the totem pole. It's like, hey, ultimately, if I stop and say, no, you can't do that, they have to listen. It's a weird amount of responsibility I'm not used to having. So we would really like to do this. Oh, that's great. You can't. I can warn you right now, in writing, I'm telling you, do not do this. And if you do this, you're fucked. Alright, that guy's good. Some of the people I have to deal with are rich. I don't mean like well off. I mean like millionaire, billionaire rich. It's fucking insane. They'll be like, we want to do this. We're going to do this. And I can just come in and be like, I don't care that you're the CEO of this company. You can't. You pay me to be here and tell you what you can't do. And it's weird. I don't like power over people. I prefer like high explosive power rather than authoritative power. If that makes any sense. This guy's almost done. One more thigh. Ooh, that was too much. That's okay. I'll blend it in. He'll be fine. He'll be freaking fine. Alright, now that is drying. So while that dries on them, let's do a little bit of Warg stuff. Wraithbone is too light, honestly. Got a chance. Where are my other browns? XV88. Let's... The Doombow's a little red, I think, for my liking. The inflated one. And there is the one for this is Rhinox hide. And the Catachan flesh. That sounds like a good pair of combos. Alright. Rhinox. There's another one that got real thick. It's just straight out of the pot for me. I have more, so. Those pawns. Cats have dirty paws. My oldest boy had real awful paws. Because of the litter we were using, he kept like, he wouldn't clean his paws at all, and he kept getting caked up. And I was like, yo, buddy, you need to not be gross. This Work's face isn't well defined on the one side. I'll let him dry a little bit. I got another alert. What's going on? Oh, it's just my sister. Boring. Don't care. That probably sounds shitty, but you gotta understand, I don't care. She's going to see Taylor Swift. I don't care. I love my sister, but she's the kind of person who doesn't realize that, like, people aren't into the same shit as you all the time. So it'll always be like, oh my god, did you catch the new Taylor Swift thing? It's so great. Like, I have nothing against Taylor Swift. I have never been into music like my sister and brother are. They're very musical. They're very musically talented. Sorry, I misspoke. He's very musically talented. My sister is. Well, I'd say she has the spirit, but she doesn't. My brother was the kind of kid who could like sit down to watching TV with his keyboard and like replicate every jingle he saw on TV. My sister was the kind they put in the back row in concerts and plays. But so you're like excited about stuff, and like I don't want to be like she gotta say about shit I don't care about. No, it's more like she can't fathom that other people aren't into it as well. If that makes sense. Like, oh, cool, that's great. It's like, why aren't you going? It's because I don't care. Like, I'm glad you're excited to go, but no, I'm not going to shell out a bunch of money to go to a concert. Growing up, my area was really white trashy, and so we'd have a big concert, and every once in a while, just be like, "Oh, cool, great. We're going to see some bands we like, but also get ready to defend yourself in a fight, because my town is drunk in white trash, and while I can stop and say, it's my town, I also left. I got the fuck out of there. Once the 5th graders started getting busted for heroin, it's like, oh, okay. Maybe this whole small town shit kind of sucks ass. So I moved to the city and started bootlegging. Ooh, I moved with my wife. She wasn't my wife yet at the time. She was just this really cool, kick-ass girlfriend. She wasn't doctor wife either yet. She was just girlfriend. trying to think, did we? We got married before she finished her PhD. So there was a time when she was Dr. Girlfriend. What do I want to do with this guy's color? Let's do another gray warg. Oh no, he's going to be the XV88 warg. Oh, damn, this poor brush gets like so much paint up inside whatever the part of the brush is. The top part, like there. I don't know the name of it. It's so much paint up in there. Tweezers. Your tail first, because that's always like the spot I need to hold on to. It also might be a two-coater. Dry its ass off. Oops, I'm doing that thing where I'm not showing you what I'm doing. My bad. It's going to continue to happen. I'm terrible that way. I'm sorry. Side of the warg. Alright, yeah, if the camera had enough definition, you can kind of see how this warg's face isn't all that detailed. It's kind of a vaguely warg-shaped lump on this one side, on its left side. Legs. Don't want to sound pessimistic. I don't know if I've gotten any viewers this stream today. I need to advertise a little bit more. Alright, that's good. Base coat for this guy. A little more near his face just to fill that out a little more. It's like a point where if you're trying to add a little more paint to a not quite dry area, it just scrapes off the damp paint. Speaking of damp, how are the Uruks? I'm sorry, I've completely forgotten to name the paints as I go. Primed in black, dry brushed lead belcher on the armor and chainmail. Then I do Doombolt brown on any of their skin. Larger leather bits, I tend to do Rhinoxide. Hey, what am I doing with those loincloths in the back? They don't have the texture, so I'm gonna leave this chainmail. Rhinoxide for larger leather bits, which these particular models don't have. Mornfang for any leather straps. Their hair I might do black or dark brown or whatever. And then I hit it with a few washes. In this case, Agrax Earthshade for any of the skin and leather. Null oil for the hair, and null oil gloss for all the armor. Then I'm going to dry brush a little of the Stormhost Silver onto the chainmail. It just makes the chainmail show up a little better. If their teeth are kind of showing, I'll dot the teeth with Wraithbone or Flayed Flesh, one or the other. I change it up. And maybe I'll use a little blood for the blood gods on them somewhere. Not all of them. I don't want to turn it into a total gore fest. Alright, should be enough about an hour. Put a little null oil on his hair, their hair. That's why I don't do Abaddon on the hair. The contrast is pretty minimal, but it's there. Right. And the wargs are just various browns or grays. No set scheme for them yet. I think I've done, including Warg Riders, 9, 15, 16, 17, 18? 18 wargs, I think. This will be 19, 20, 21. Right here. Alright, null oil gloss. Move doggies. Alright, and that's just going on everything else. Helmet, chest plate, to the recess of the ab plates. I don't know what that part of the armor is called. Just more armor to me. Boots. Thoughts just chained together randomly, but now I don't want to talk about it because it'll sound like a weirdo. Goofy shit going on in my head. This guy's, looks like his feet warped when printing. He's actually, like, standing tiptoe on one of them. Warp. I've got to find, there's a few more models I was looking to print. Like some of the guys that just aren't available. Like, Mounted Gilgalad. Mounted Elendil. There's a couple other guys I was about to grab too, but I cannot remember what they were. Oh. They're available? I just didn't have them. Or they just weren't at the store. Oh, I'm going to the store tomorrow. Maybe I'll pick up more minis there. I mean, of course I'm going to pick up more minis. Maybe if I can find some. They were, the Deval miniatures, Wood Elf Sentinels. I gotta get a few of those guys from Lothlorien, because they sound pretty kick-ass. It's basically like a free magic spell that goes off every turn, and you can choose from one of 3. Which is like, okay. Enemy has to take a courage test, and I can just push them anywhere if I want if they fail? Sure. Doesn't cost any will? Fuck yeah. Let's do it. What is an elite army? I've always heard some armies referred to as elite armies, but I don't know what that means. It's like, okay, but does that mean they're difficult to use properly? But if you can, they kick ass? Up here. That boot. Right. Front to the top. Front to the top of your helm there, buddy. Right. Boop. Boop. Alright, let's let him drive a little bit. Puppies! Alright, so... dark one, that's the mid one. That's the light one. I've got to have something in between those, right? Yep. Oh, shit, maybe not. Rakarth flesh is kind of light. Oh, you know what? The wash will darken it up. Let me finish my sandwich. Mmm. Hmm. So for the dark one, we're going from Rhinox hide to Catachan flesh. See how dark it is on its belly. That's not so bad. Under the tail. Back of the haunches, a little bit on the side of the stomach. On the side, a little more on this side. Doing that thing again. Because I don't have any room. I have to rearrange my tables at some point in the future. Let's do the forelimbs later. As well as part of the chest. Under the chin. The jaw and mouth. Gotta make sure that's not people dying. It's probably just my sister again. 6. 6 drops. Ah. Side legs. Some muzzle and snout. Alright, so let's see what the who is it? Oh, it's Dr. Wife. That's fucking funny, but I can't tell you what it is. It's a very personal thing, and it would shit all over somebody I know. What the fuck is that? I just scraped up some weird shit in my paint cup. Maybe it's just old paint. Ew, it's sticking to stuff. Get out of here. Alright. This one kind of already has its lighter layer. I just kind of went backwards. But I didn't really do it like skillfully. I don't think that's okay. It's okay. It's a warg. Let's do this one a little bit. Flayed one flesh, I think, is one I tried to dilute. And I say that like every time I open it. Is this a paint I fucked up years ago? Probably. Oh, I made it worse. But better at the same time. Okay, so some of the paint from the other dude just kind of like smeared into this. It's actually kind of blending with it. So not that terrible. It accidentally came out acceptable. Acceptable shade of in between. That was luck. That was not intentional. I will admit that. That is a happy accident. Thank you, Bob Ross. The ghost of Bob Ross is, or at least was looking over my. This is actually kind of lumpy and shitty now. That's on me, not the paint. That's on me. I might have to go light to dark with this guy. Oops. Whoops. Dun, 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 dun. Bump, bump. Puppy paws. They didn't want to kill the Rohirrim. They just wanted to play. They're just rough players. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just a puppy. How big do you think warg pups would be? It kind of looks like a shark. I'm gonna put another pass over his belly. His face. Oops, cat fuzz. Oh, kitty cats. Lovable little bastards. Love the cats. They're such assholes to each other. It's so funny to watch. None of them can stand seeing any of their siblings comfortable. It's so funny. Such jealous turds. Alright, now let me actually clean this brush, because apparently it's just full of paint. And you can kind of see, like, that color is where it got all smushed together. And the colors blended. That'll also give the Uruks just a little bit more time to dry as I keep going with these wargs. Hi, honey. Hi. You are definitely here. You are alive and well and definitely alive. Hi, honey. That's right. I got your picture. Alright. Let this go ahead and dry a little bit more. Now I'm going to work light to dark in terms of the next colors. So let's go back to the X88. I'm just going to darken up this one's limbs a little bit. Just a little bit. Let me actually kind of dry brush. Start up on the hackles. Right back in the pot. The hackles a bit on the sides. Its ears, around its eyes, this little tuft on its chin, its little warg beard. The wargs are all neck beards. A bit more on the side. Kitty cat, hey buddy. Hi Waffles. It's Waffles, he's my bitch boy. Yeah, buddy, you my bitch boy. He's a little bitch. I love him. Boy, you my bitch boy. He loves violence. He likes to fight. It's like his favorite game is to attack me out of nowhere. We used to have this one roommate. So I have Waffles from college. We used to have this one roommate, and he used to pick on him all the time. I don't mean the roommate would pick on Waffles. I mean Waffles would pick on the roommate. It's the funniest shit to watch. Because he'd get so pissed off. He'd be like, Mel, control your damn cat. It's just like, hey man, you are literally 10 times his size. Kick his ass. Pick him up. Move him. Apparently you don't retaliate after he jumps out and smacks your plate of food to the ground and then just walks away. That's on you. Set a precedent. Let him know to cut that shit out. Hey, buddy. He loves violence. That's his favorite game. He just starts biting and fighting me. It's so much fun. Always when he's purring the loudest is when he's like tearing my arms apart. This is what he enjoys. He's my buddy, so I'm happy to oblige him in violence. If he wants to bite my arms, that I accept his violence and encourage it towards other people.
Oh,
Hi, hon. Yeah, that's my boy. Light on these guys' paws. This is already kind of the same color as the Doom Bowl, so it didn't show up too much on that one. But he uses those paws for violence. How can you step on his paws?
No, also I can't in a treat container.
I feel like I just saw it. I know I snuck him some treats last night.
And I just did today. No.
You snuck him treats?
I know.
That's why he's fat. It's okay, I also snuck him some treats.
That likes to call it chunk or unit. 1 unit of cat.
Alright, this one's belly is kind of lightened up. A tiny bit more, I think, and it'll be good. A little bit under its chin. Oops, I'm not holding it in camera view. Alright. Just lined up a little bit underneath. Let's check on the Uruks. Yeah, they look dry. Let's get a little bit of Stormhost Silver on there. Just in the chainmail spots. Excuse me. Lightly brush that over chainmail spots, and first swipe I've already put a little too much on. Whoops. Oh well, it happens. Dirty, grimy, uneven orcs, don't care. Waffles. Waffles, buddy. Yeah, isn't much chainmail on him. A little bit to lighten up the spot on their butt. Here. And there. My older brushes, the tip's getting a little shitty. That's fine. Let me put a little edge on their swords. It's turned a little thicker on the inside, but no one's going to see that side, so that's okay. Secrets. Alright. Those guys, I think, just about done. Maybe I'll put a white hand on one of them, just so they don't look exactly the same. Yeah, let's do a white hand. Smaller brush. Ooh, big old crusty chunk of paint fell out of there. Whoopsie. Alright, so let's give this guy some hands. Do one right across his face. So I'll start by sweeping a little curved arc across his brow. A little bit between his eyes. Do one streak for a finger. 2 streak for a finger. 3. And a pinky. Let me lengthen those fingers a little bit. And a thumb on the side. Got a little white hand on his face. And let's do one on his shield. 1 or 2 on his shield. So paint kind of a C shape and a bit of a square. Make it uneven, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a thumb. Let's do another one. Let's fix the brush point. Let's do another one a little farther up on the shield. One, 2, 4. Alright, so now one of them has got thumbprints, or handprints. I'm going to save this. I'm probably going to need this brush when I do the wargs. Alright. Actually, you know what? I probably should have washed the wargs first. Let's Reekland Flesh Shade. Let's use this on... Grab the big brush. I'm going to use this on the light warg. And that's actually like too much. I don't want that much on there. So I'm just going to kind of spread it around a little bit more. Well, maybe it's fine. It's okay. But really on the side. Legs on the inside. Legs on the outside. Chin and jaw. To get its face. It did not manage to bring out any details in the face, because there are no details in the face. Alright, I'm probably going to do another dry brush over the lowest parts of this guy, just to kind of bring the lighter color back into it. But that'll be after. That's okay-ish. It's a little dark in some spots. That's okay. ish. But it's not dark enough for the other guys. So I'm gonna watch the two with the non oil because they're already pretty dark. Just gotta make sure not to use the gloss because that'll look pretty weird. Angry puppies. Blip. Yes, hun, what is so funny?
Oh, sorry, baby. Kitten's doing a dangle test before they get adopted. I don't know why.
A what test?
A dangle test.
Are they dangling them?
Yeah, I don't know why.
It might be like a developmental stage, maybe?
Maybe. They just dangle them.
Oh, they're just swinging around. That's it. Okay, I thought it was like maybe like, oh, when they're old enough to crawl, they're old enough to like leave the mother. No, they're just shaking. They're just wiggling cats in the air. Like the cats don't care. Like a beer bottle opener?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, we're gonna have to use Waffles' teeth again?
Yeah.
Sorry, his tooth.
Yeah, he doesn't have any teeth left. He's got dental bone reabsorption.
Oh.
My poor boy, he loves his violence, but he can't bite. How cruel. Nature has taken away his favorite activity. Violence. Oh, what a cruel world. How can he do a violence on me when he only has 18 sharp hooks?
I'm so free to open this beer. Would you have it?
Yeah. I can drink again.
Oh yeah. Wait, we gotta get drunk on one beer.
I mean, that is possible for you. Let's do his tail. Alright, I gotta hold this guy kind of delicately, so get.
Oh, I know why he's going nuts over here.
There we go.
Because Mr. Schmunkin took some catnip last night and he like dumped it right over yours.
Oh yeah. Drug addicts, all of them. Then we'll do a little Agrax on. Is this my new Agrax? Yeah.
Honey, what is the new card?
Nice. Just one card?
Just one card. Just one card.
One card, that's it. Alright, so we'll smear this kind of down so it kind of meets where we did the other wash. Boy, you left.
You guys are crazy.
Said my parents are fucking lame. See you guys. Fucking nerds. Your Lord of the Rings miniatures and your Pokemon cards and your video games. Your sewing. Everyone knows it's only nerds who sew.
Exactly. Or old.
Old women are by default a type of nerd. You think they get that obsessed with quilting and be normal? No, they're nerds.
Oh, man. Oh, I was gonna make a pulper quill.
See? Nerd.
Oh my gosh. That is like the most fun thing ever. But it takes a lot of stuffing and fabric.
Alright, that actually looks pretty good. It's sticky though. Now that I've got like the coat on everything, I do like it a lot better. It still doesn't look as good as like the official Wargs, just because like the detail on the model. It's a little light. Let me stand these guys up so I don't. I thought I was going to do one more thing with these guys, but I can't remember what it was. Buddy, you got your jingle sock. Hey, buddy. Pancakes has arrived, and he's bringing a jingly toy and crying because he's a giant baby. Hey, buddy.
Every time I want to play Minecraft.
Pancakes is jealous. Anytime you show anything else other than him attention, he goes apeshit. I grab some paint for the warg mouths. Go with the corn red, and if I can get a hold of it. We'll do Mephiston red for the tongue and corn for the rest of the mouth. And maybe you guys are big enough. I'm gonna do Gal Vorback red. I don't think I've even opened that one yet for like the back of their throat. Once they dry. In the meantime, Sterling mud for the Uruks. Very mysteriously.
Under very natural circumstances.
Totally natural circumstances.
A month before their election.
Who could have predicted that? Alright, so let's get some mud on their bases. Right. Here's a little spatula and just glop big globs of it on. Just start smushing it into place. Any of the areas where it gets a little thick, I'll use the spatula to put footprints in it. I may have been too thick. Too thick in one spot. Let me pull some of this in the back. Hey buddy, what's up? You being a big baby?
It's fine downstairs when I was in the kitchen. But as soon as I'm upstairs, he's like, you have one job to do, and it's
to look at me. He doesn't even want to play sometimes. He just wants you to look at him. And it's so frustrating because, like, it's like, buddy, what do you want? And he'll cry and he'll cry. And as soon as you look at me, it's just like, that's it. Hello. Oh, I'm done. That's it. I just need you to look at me. Don't look at your project. Look at me. Look at me. Me. It's like, buddy, what do you want? Hi.
No, I know.
Hi, buddy. He's a big baby. Ignore
Hi.
him. He's baby.
We gotta do this, Danny, or else you're gonna get chunkier. Chonkosaurus.
We can't have him being a chonky.
Mm-mm. That's gonna yell at me. Wait, you look.
He's just stealing treats in the background. Alright, so that's a little thick, a little uneven. That's okay, because it's supposed to be mud. But I'm going to let that sit for a few minutes before I hit it with the spatula to put the footprints in, because otherwise they just kind of like level out and disappear. I don't know if this is my second or third container of Sterling mud, or if it's my first or second and I have a third one in reserve or second one in reserve. It's probably another one, because let me tell you, the Uruk, the way I did their bases, they went through a lot just because of numbers. A little bit more. And did somebody explode near you? Where's that sand?
Or
gravel.
The moss stuff.
Ah. Alright, that's good for the base. How are these guys doing? Alright. So the wargs, the dark wargs, oh, they're still a little damp, so I'm going to let them dry a few more minutes as I throw them around and drop them on things. Alright, hey buddy, you playing with your, what, you playing with your toys? Hey buddy. Buddy, come here. Buddy, say hello to the internet. Hello. It's Pancakes. Him bastard child. You have no friends. We love you, but you have no friends. Alright, go back to your playtime. None of the other cats like him. He's humpy. And they don't like him. Oh, this is... What the fuck is this box? Oh, there's the bases. Okay, let's see. 3 cavalry bases. These ones all have... This will work. They don't have any holes in them. One's got like a broken horse ankle in it. So let me get 3 untouched ones. And one of these has got flash on it. You trim that up. Oh, never mind. It peeled off. And what did I do for these? I used Grelin Earth on these. But first, let me do an XV88 coat on them. Just because when it cracks, I want it to show through a little dark, but not black. Some hiccups. That's all we're doing here is filling that in so that the color doesn't show through unrealistically. Don't want it to be unrealistic, he said, painting fantasy miniatures. Wasn't a model, doesn't count as a throw. So we'll move this with a brush. Just get this guy a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't look too great. Oh well, it's a warg. Hey buddy, what's up? Heard you was a baby. Yeah, you heard you was a big baby. What's up, buddy? He's such a big baby. I am ignoring him. Yes, it's true. Pancakes, buddy, I am in fact ignoring you. Just kidding. Hi. Hi, baby. Have a kibble. What a dork. Let's do some claws and... well, let's do the mouth first. Maybe I have used this once before. Maybe I used it on other wargs. Alright, let's see. Whole inside of the mouth. Cat fuzz. Second cat fuzz. Could be the same cat fuzz. Cats, your fuzz.
If you're accused of husband.
Listen, I'm just saying that they, if it goes to court, they're going to lose on the fuzziness trial.
Judge and jury.
Well, that's clearly biased. It's a corrupt system. It's all kitty politics.
Kitty politics.
Who gets to sit next to the window? Nobody. Smack, smack, smack. All their little cat political campaigns, it's just constant smear campaigns. That's it. Nothing is ever positive. Sounds kind of familiar, though. Whoops. So I'm just doing like the back of their mouth and their tongues with the dark red, the Galvorback. Just getting in there first with it because I can like. Ooh, did I get under his tongue? The mouth. So this guy's, it's going to show up the most on this guy, I think, because it was lighter color. Sounds like you fell, hon. You still mining by the Fox Village?
Yeah, oh my god. This is a really
I accidentally got Dr. Wife hooked on Minecraft.
You got what?
Got you hooked on Minecraft? Alright, that'll cover the inside of their mouths. That a little bit. How are these bases? Let's put some footprints in the thick spots. Squish. I just kind of like squish and pull with the rounded end of the spatula. Put a couple of them next to each other, kind of exaggerates their shape. That didn't show up too much on this one. You didn't have any deep spots, but this one does have deeper spots. They're still not quite dry enough for it. So do that. Another few more minutes. Let's do part of the and this is basically this might end up looking like lipstick instead of snarling jaws. They're gonna be fancy ladies.
there's a mine. This is awful. This is very bad. Just keeps going. Alright, I think I'm gonna go up to the surface, dump my stuff.
Okey-doke. Seems like gums really are exaggerated on the bottom and not at all on the top. So this I've already done like one corner. It already looks really like it's covered in lipstick. It's a spider, probably cave spider.
Ooh.
This is
Oh, it's
not really great. Yeah, it's really weird looking. Maybe. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint all the teeth red. And then as I go and paint the teeth their actual color, there'll be a little red at the base. It'll kind of look like gums. Because this is kind of goofy looking. And it's because there's no, like, the model itself isn't detailed enough on the faces. The heads. A lot of that area just kind of squishes into a single flat shape. Yeah, it looks like it's going to turn out better on this guy. Now the light guy. Let's see how this is going to... This could either be fine or terrible on this one. They look kind of goofy at this point, but that's okay. Alright, the main blobs on the bases still don't quite look ready. So while they are still drying, let's get some of the Agrellan earth on these bases. Use fat brush. Oh, there's some chunks in it. Nice. They're not supposed to be chunks in it. The thicker it is, the more it cracks. So I want to make like a thinner alleyway in the middle. And that's where it'll be crack the least. And I think when I glue the wargs on, it'll hold better there because it's less cracked. There's one. I'm gonna set these to the side because they're not getting done today. They got time to dry. But I figure I might as well get some of the steps in. And I'm mostly just gonna like glue chunks of stuff on them. Grass clumps, couple rocks. Nothing out of the ordinary for doing bases. Just up a little bit. Just so I can get a little bit more on the cap. Oh yeah, hon. What gear did you lose the last time we did a raid?
No, I ended up getting it all back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was actually stuck somewhere in, you know, that tiny little amethyst nook that we have?
The little geode?
It
Yeah.
was in there.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Would have been so sad. So sad.
Oh, too bad. So sad. Don't exactly have a nice spot to put those while they dry, but alright. That. And that can both go away. Okay. Now let's see how these might be finally dry enough to do some footprints in. Smush, 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 smush. Yeah, I think those will stay. Yeah, this one, I think I kind of smooshed them out of place with that one. That one, that second one, they're not looking very footprinty. They're just they'll be fine. All right, let's do the warg tongue. I'm gonna do my hooked brush again. All right, I'm just gonna kind of get that on the top. There's something in the mouth of these guys. Just some modeling error. You know what? I wonder if these are like scanned or something. Someone made a 3D shape and then scanned it, because they're not very like. There's odd little mistakes on it that I wouldn't expect somebody making a model to put. Like there's this lump inside their mouths. And I've got no idea how it would have gotten in there. Like as someone was molding it or modeling it. If it was just like a scan, the computer camera was just like, bzz. Yeah, sure, this is fine. I'm just a camera.
Oh my gosh. It always scares me when I see the bigger kids.
Tongues are good. Teeth and claws. Do a smaller brush. And we'll do those with the Wraithbone. I have asparagus sitting here on a plate that I wanted to share with the small dumb cat who loves asparagus, but he's the only one who isn't up here with us right now.
It was just like he ate most of my asparagus downstairs. So maybe I was
We have no idea why they love asparagus so much. They fucking love it. Alright. Claws.
shit off of me.
And he doesn't deserve it. He knows what he did. Alright, just little bits here on the claws, which are also not shapes I would have expected a modeler to make. Oh, now he's leaving. Oh, no, that's waffles. Kitty cats, don't you love us? Oh. I see. This is fine. That's fine. I mean, we're just, you know, sole providers in your little lives. Maybe if you boys contributed to rent, sold foot picks. Alright, teeth. So this is the lipstick looking one. And the teeth are coming out okay-ish. Where's it? Where's the other one, the lipstick one? Who knows? 2 hours. Just hit 2 hours. Probably won't be too much longer. These guys are almost done. I don't like going to wildcat parties. They're assholes there. Yeah, that was the lipsticky one. Okay. This guy's claws broke off when I printed him. Get his little dots on here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 and 3. His next 2 teeth. Guess that's okay. This guy's claws. Knocking over my Uruk. Still a little damp. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Alright. Claws. I actually wonder if I should go black claws on this one. No, he's fine. He's fine. They're just going to be a little light, that's all. They do show up next to his fur, so that's fine. Teeths.
Ooh.
And you gotta be careful in those caves. Right. That should be good. While the teeth dry up. Let's paint off my finger. Let's do eyes. These eyes are very small. So I think it'll be easier to go black and dot with white than white and try to dot black on the inside. We gotta get the tiny brush out for this. They're real small. And once again, ill-defined by the model. I don't want to spend the whole time bitching about these wargs, but like, I've seen some people do some like really great paint jobs, and I'm just like not that level of painter. So I can only do as good as the model I have. That's not true. I'm really selling myself short there. But like, if it's a ill-defined blobby shape on the model, I'm not going to be able to physically figure out what it is too well myself. But every time I set them down, they just fall over. Ooh, bad neck crack. Squished instead of popped. Alright, I'm good. I'm good. I'm not paralyzed. Alright, let's let the eyes dry a little bit before I dot the white. And I have got some ard coat. Ard coat. Gloss up the mouths, make them grody. Ard coat in the mouth.
Just trying to work my way out right now, but I keep finding all these huge copper deposits.
So always makes exploring that game fun.
Right?
And always also what makes it a huge pain in the ass. Like, oh, okay, I guess I'm all out of pocket room. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
As long as I make my way back. Oh, look, something new and awesome that I haven't found yet. Great. What valuable thing that I held on to do I have to toss out to keep this new thing?
pancakes.
Panny, we hear you. You are what they call a whiny bitch baby. He's such a whiny baby. I love him so much. He's so terrible, too. He's the fucking worst. I love him. Buddy, you're the worst and we love you. We just want you to know that we think you're awful, but we love you. Yeah, like nobody whines as much as you. Nobody cries. Nobody humps their brothers as much as you.
Wait,
But by the way, we gotta talk about that, buddy. You gotta not fucking do that. This is why he has no friends. He's a humpy baby. I don't know if I'm gonna gore these wargs up. But let's get, I think all they need left now are their little eye whites, and I think these guys will be good. I mean, I guess I could go like gross with them and use some more of that hard coat, give them like wet eyes, runny noses, drooly mouths. I don't want to. A little gross. Alright, let's see. When I do this, I have to be super small on this side. On the inside.
Yeah.
That worked. That kind of worked. That almost worked. I unworked it. It was working, then I hooked it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we know, baby. You're a big, big, whiny baby.
Every time I try to play with you, you're like fighting the left side.
There we go. It's okay. He's only slightly googly-eyed. Hi, buddy. Are you being a big, whiny baby? What's up? You're a baby. I love you. You don't give a shit about us until we're on the computer. Like, how fucking dare we?
Oh, it's because he got all these treats from the tree farm.
He just wants us for more snack. He just wants more snack. He don't protect, he don't attack, he only snack.
You just walked into the wall.
Eyes on the wargs. Not so terrible. I think. Alright. So those bases are all still drying. The eyes are done. Oh, I know what I can do. Yeah, that works. This'll work. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. This'll work. Alright, let me send the 2 photos. iCloud has not been updated in 200 days. Sorry, 200. It was 800 days. It said. AirDrop. A minute now. Let me add a source plus. An edge. Uruk. Uruk. Browse image. Six 914. I can't show you because they're not the right format. Okay. Never mind. I was going to share the pictures of these final models since this top camera is not great, but let's see how close can I get with it. Well, this is about as close as I can get with it, actually. So there's a warg. You can kind of see the eyes are a little tiny bit cartoony, but warg's okay. Urks are looking pretty good, but they're not quite finished. I gotta finalize their bases, but they're still drying. But I think they're good for the night. Get some of my stuff on here, and I'll start cleaning up my brushes. Five models, 2 hours, not bad. Shitload of other paint. Stuff that I've like left out because I want to keep going with the Minas Tirith guys and Saruman's. Good timing, hun. I mean, right. Nice purple on a little brush. Other little brush. Not much got caught in the brushes this time. Medium brush. These are my first brushes. It's got all hooked and fucked up, but wash brush. Then dry brush is definitely going to have a lot in there. Shake. Big brush. Big brush used to be a lot worse. It used to like it was very gunked up, and just the more I was like soaking it in the acetone long enough to like soak the paint but not wreck the bristles. It's getting better. But, let's see. Some tiny brushes. Little tiny brushes. But I'll get the pictures of the wargs up on Twitter once they're done. Same with the Uruks, because they still have time to like sit and dry. So one of these is not the right brush. That doesn't feel like the right brush at all, but it might be. Alright, there we go.
Can you not make like these for 4x4, right?
Yeah. You can make clay too if you use like the water bottles on dirt and then like let it dry.
So if I want to make the bricks, do I use individual clays or do I make the clay blocks?
Bricks are you cook individual clays.
Oh.
Clay balls.
Mm.
brushes put away. So I distracted myself. I completely forgot what I was just talking about. Putting the pictures up on Twitter, at Flamel Sterling, one word. No underscore or anything. Yeah. These guys turned out good. The models are a little less detailed than the official ones, but when there's a horde of 200 of these guys on the table, you don't notice. It's fine. But I think that's a good point to call tonight. Yeah, it's a good day. Good night. All right. Have a good night. Thanks for turning in, and I will see you later.